So Tyreek Hill is good at football. That's obviously a clear take. And for whatever reason, I had kind of held off on calling him the best receiver in football for a couple years now. I did for like 1 week call him the best in football, and then went back to saying no. I think DeAndre Hopkins is better. And I've also kind of joked about how you ask me a different day, I'll say a different guy, because I said Julio at the beginning of this season, although the way things have gone for a few weeks, I think he's been out of that conversation, at least for now, although I still haven't given up on him for sure. But thinking back to Tyreek Hill and why he's probably the best is he's just the most uncoverable receiver in football. That's the best way I can describe him, is uncoverable, whether it's deep down the field or some of these shallower routes. So let's get into the film study and talk about just how ridiculous he is at football. All right, so let's start off with this one right here. This is going to be a great example of showing Tyreek Hill's route running, right? Because that's kind of the best thing about Hill, is he has those, two key traits. Obviously, he's blazing fast. He's faster than everybody on the field, and he cuts better than everyone on the field, which is why no one can cover him. What's going to happen on this play is I'm going to let you kind of just see how this goes. It's zone coverage, quarters coverage. I've circled Tyreek Hill on the screen, and watch what he does. Right when this play starts, Hill, starts his route, and he's running an out route. That's just what he's doing. Like, it's impossible at this point to sit here and say, let's give it a couple more steps and make sure that's what he's doing. If you're a corner, you have to get over there. Hill's faster than you. Hill's going to beat you to that spot probably anyways. So you're already in just such a peculiar position. It's not fair that someone who can be as fast as Hill is can also move the way Hill can move. A necessary component of this play as well is the other safety. So it's quarters coverage, meaning two safeties are deep and then two corners are kind of deep. So one safety is in that box. I think I called him a corner. It's a safety who's in that box right there with Hill. The other safety has moved further in, sort of on the play fake with Kansas City. So the top half of the screen is completely open on this play. So Hill then cuts back to that area, and he's just completely wide open. That's just what he does. I mean, it's insane. It's uncoverable. Ridiculous how he can continuously do this stuff. Like someone like DeAndre Hopkins kind of has the skill where he's basically always open. Even when he's covered, he can still go up and make the catch. Tyreek Hill is always open because he's literally always creating separation. Like, that's just the absurdity of his game. Also, something like this, he obviously, what do we give him credit for? It's the go routes, of course, and even the stuff like that I just showed you, which isn't a go route, but it's a deep shot over the middle. Deep shots is what Tyreek Hill is known for, and again, for good reason. The guy runs like a 3.940 probably, so I get it. The way this play works is it's cover two man, and you just can't play man against Hill. If you do, you have to double team him. You cannot be playing a one-on-one matchup against Hill. I don't care if he's not running a go route. I don't care if you have safety help over the top, because watch what happens. Hill gets a clean release at the line, and now at this point, so if you're a corner, again, what do you do in this spot? You can get burned deep, and especially with the safety kind of playing a little bit closer towards the middle of the field, which again, why aren't they paying more attention to Tyreek Hill? I have no idea. Because of this current situation, now all Tyreek Hill is going to have to do is cut up, and given the fact that, or by cut up, I mean towards the top of the screen, cut to his left. And if you're a corner, you have to completely turn your hips and run as fast as you can, trying to keep up with him, whereas Hill basically is outrunning you in a slight jog. So when Hill cuts, he gets completely wide open. That makes his cuts better. He already cuts incredibly well, but when you factor on just the threat of the deep shot on any given play, it makes that stuff just so much easier. You're basically guaranteed a free 10 yards whenever you want it if teams are playing man against Tyreek Hill, because he can just do that every single play. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar to what happened in that fourth down conversion play, right? Just that cut. It's just so swift and it works so well. And even something like this, where this is a red zone situation, which you would think, okay, this isn't necessarily where Tyreek Hill shines. He's more of a 20-20 type guy. Once you get inside the red zone, you'd probably rather have Julio Jones or DeAndre Hopkins, right? And I mean, maybe you can even make that argument, but Hill's still incredible in these situations. I already brought up the 4th and 1 he was able to convert. This is just going to be a slant route against man, but it's the kind of thing where speed doesn't just matter in a go route. Speed matters all the time, all over the field with every single route. And I'm not trying to say that speed is the only way that Hill can beat you, but it certainly helps. Because watch how it's a great move at the line. Again, that's first cut, and that's kind of what he does. This is something I've talked about a lot, where why I don't love slow corners coming out of the draft is if you're a slower corner and you get beat right off the line, well, you can't really come back. Well, what makes Tyreek Hill so great is that he's so good at beating you right off the line, and then he has the speed to just keep going. So he basically turns every corner into a slow corner. Also, very good throw from Mahomes. I mean, yeah, Mahomes does that. Like, Mahomes is very good. It's kind of weird where I feel like, in a weird sort of way, Tyreek Hill being so good, almost like people will say, oh, Mahomes is only good because of Tyreek Hill. That's obviously very silly, but it's also very fair to say that, no, Tyreek Hill does help Mahomes, and Mahomes obviously does help Tyreek Hill. They're a match made in heaven, and it works out perfectly seeing those two guys and what they can do. This play is a great example of just how difficult Hill is to stop. Because, again, what's one way that you maybe would have the advantage on Tyreek Hill if you're forced to play press coverage against him? It's that first step at the line, right? Hill's not the biggest corner, so maybe you can take advantage of that. Well, no, you can't. You absolutely cannot, because his footwork is just, again, it's incredible. I mean, we're talking about a future Hall of Famer here. I really believe that. Look at these steps where he just sort of just completely gets by and picks up a first down right there. I mean, again, this is something you can do on any play. If teams are playing man against you, or even zone, but you know, if there's a one-on-one matchup with Tyreek, which, by the way, don't do that. Double team him every play. You cannot. No one can cover him one-on-one. No one has done it. It just can't happen. So make sure you're doubling him. But yeah, basically, I mean, just he's uncoverable in those situations. Just an incredible route by Tyreek Hill. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I think. Like, Patrick Mahomes has even come out and said there legit are some plays where it's kind of the meme of F it, Tyreek Hill is down there somewhere, and you can see why, because he gets open, he makes the play. His ridiculous speed, it just sets so much stuff up, and especially in the age of, hey, analytics matter, and getting the ball down the field, getting these chunk plays matter. Having a guy like Hill who can basically turn what another receiver would turn into nothing into a 70-yard touchdown, and he's a threat to get a 70-yard touchdown on every play, along with getting so many of these other smaller plays open. He's ridiculous, and we've never seen anyone like Tyreek Hill. That I definitely feel is that he's one of a kind. What an interesting player, and of course, you know, some people use like, oh, Mahomes is only great because of Tyreek Hill. Mahomes is great. Like, stop being stupid. But does Tyreek Hill help Mahomes? Absolutely. Does Mahomes having a cannon of an arm and being able to throw the ball 60 yards down the field so they can run some of these routes help Tyreek Hill? Of course. And then, of course, Andy Reid can draw stuff up to get them both in better position. It's just a match made in heaven. Or hell, if you're a fan of, you know, another team in the NFC West. But yeah, crazy stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. I always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.